Guys, here's something.
Yes, Vern?
No Hard Feelings starring Jennifer Lawrence.
Wow.
All right. No, we're cut. We're done. That was the episode.
Hear me out.
I will not be something by this.
Okay, hear me out.
We have to send this nerd out to Stud, the movie.
Okay, so-
hear me out. And,
Hear me out.
It's a picture of Jennifer Lawrence. Okay,
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Hear me out. Okay, so normally on Here's Something, we share with each other something that we liked. Something that we liked. And I did the numbers. I did the numbers on No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence. I did the math. I looked at the numbers. So I had my wife who does numbers better than me. I had her double check my work. I did like this movie, but barely. It just barely. Like I think we got to like a 51-49 thing on this. This movie is befuddling. This movie is bizarre. This movie is the only way I could describe it is that like someone put this entire movie through like Google Translate multiple times before they put it onto like as a movie, like the movie that we know today, because there's just so much just like
I fed an AI 35 comedy scripts and asked it to write one.
It's just it's so okay. So the plot of this movie, I've been curious about this movie for a while because Hollywood just doesn't release comedies anymore.
Too true.
And also, I'll admit it, I'm a fan of Jennifer Lawrence. I've been a fan of Jennifer Lawrence for a very long time. Since the Bill Engvall show.
Oh my God, he admitted it.
I'm a fan of Jennifer Lawrence. And so like, and she's a producer on this movie. And so I'm like, okay, so this is something that like she believed in.
That's
so,
the
like,
thing about Jennifer Lawrence is despite the fact that she's in, Mother from Darren Aronofsky or like Red Sparrow, like if you ask her about her taste, she's like, oh, I love Adam Sandler. He's like my number one guy. Like this is what she wants to do. This is what she's watching in her free time. Are films
She
like
wants to do
No
like
Hard
Judd
Feelings.
Apatow movies.
Yes, and my favorite Letterboxd review, maybe of all time, was of this movie. And the Letterboxd review is Judd Apatow's Licorice Pizza. I'm a fan of Jennifer Lawrence. Comedies don't get released anymore. And my mother-in-law isn't in town, and he admitted he loves his mother-in-law. And it was a thing where, she likes bad comedies, and she said she was going to watch. It was an easy way to house sit and to entertain a guest by like, you know what? I've been curious about this movie. Yeah, if she was the one who suggested it, I said let's watch No Hard Feelings. But a baffling movie. Jennifer Lawrence is bad with money. She loses her car, but she drives Uber. She's an Uber driver, and she needs a car, and she's desperate, and she sees a listing. So many of the supporting cast in this movie are so funny. One of her friends in this movie is Natalie Morales, who's like one of the all-time best Hollywood Handbook guests. Kyle Mooney is in this movie for a couple scenes. Hassan Minhaj is in this movie for a couple scenes. There's a lot of very funny people in this movie. But Natalie Morales brings to Jennifer Lawrence's attention that, like, this Craigslist listing, we will give you a car if you date our son. And she goes and visits the she makes a connection with these folks, and she visits the parents. The parents are, I didn't recognize the actress who played the mom, but the father was Matthew Broderick, wearing this like big like.
Don't take a car from Matthew Broderick. You don't know where it's been. He's
Matthew Broderick. This will mean nothing to Justin, but like Matthew Broderick looking exactly like RJ City, and they're like, they're not making any like bones about it. Like they are telling Jennifer Lawrence like, we want you. She goes, do you want me to date your son or do you want me to date your son? And she's like, we want you to date our son, date him hard. And they paint a picture of this kid. He's just like, he never leaves the house. He's socially awkward. We're worried about him. He's going to Princeton, but we don't know. He's just a very socially awkward person, and we need him to like open up socially so that he can succeed in the world.
I need my son to lay pipe on campus, and he has to practice.
But they're like, he never leaves the house. And she's like, okay, how do we make this happen? She goes, then they go, well, he volunteers every day at the animal shelter. So it's like, already, it's like, wait, what? No, that's him being social. That is him, like, that's him being social in a way that young people are not. Later on in the movie, she starts, and she has to make some money because she's going to lose her home. And she is able to start driving again, and she's able to start Ubering again, but it shows her like in one scene of this montage, and she's got like $6,000 in her bank account, and then she just Ubers, and then later on in the same montage, she has $22,000 in her bank account from Ubering. I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not how any.
That's a lot of Ubering.
It's just there's setups that happen like lines of dialogue before like the payoff. It's just a befuddling movie. The decision making in this movie is strange. I don't want to sound like an asshole or whatever, but like I see that the director and co-screenwriter of this movie was not born in America, so I'm wondering if there's some like Troll 2 like translation things that are going on there. But also like prior to this, this director directed The Good Boys, that movie about like the kids who swear,
the kids who do a swear, find the anal beads. Jennifer
Lawrence, one of the bravest human beings in the entire world, has a no stunt double, no body double, like fully nude fight scene with some people on the beach where she gives someone a German suplex.
Yeah, Vern, I was going to ask you about this scene. You have to excuse yourself from the old mother-in-law room.
I will admit that there was this like every time where I was like thinking like, you know what, every time I was thinking like when this scene's over, like I'm telling my mother-in-law like, hey, I'm gonna go upstairs for a little bit, like enjoy the rest of the movie. But then like the new scene would drop and I'd see like the new Jennifer Lawrence outfit she was wearing. I'm like, all right, well I'll keep watching for a little, like that like Hansel and Gretel me through the movie. Yeah,
guess I'll stay on the couch for this one.
But just like she goes to the animal shelter and just like very aggressively starts just like sexually assaulting this guy. It's just this like and just like not like
in front of the dogs.
Yeah, like not like grabbing him or anything, but she's just like being very lewd, just like it's but.
So tell me, you got a red rocket?
There's a point. There keeps being points where like me as a viewer go, oh, she's learned that this like guy is delicate and she cannot be as aggressive as she's being. She's not, like you catch more flies with honey. And there's moments throughout the movie where I keep thinking like, oh, okay, got it. But then like she'll go right back to being just like this aggressive. It's just a confounding movie. Funny people are in it, but they themselves are not funny. But it got a few chuckles out of me. I will admit, it got a full volume chuckles out of me. Mm-hmm. There's a scene near the end of the movie where they're like sitting on a beach, wrapped up in a blanket, and they're communicating as friends. And it, like, I was like kind of like touched by it. It felt like I've had a lot of friends that are women, you know, and it's like, and that's the extent of our relationship, is that we are friends. And it felt like a close moment, like, that I've had amongst friends. And so I'm like, oh, okay, like, I'm watching the scene, like, oh, we are capable of exploring, like, real life human emotion. Like, we are capable of exploring people in a way that they, like, traditionally behave, but just like this is very weird, aggressive, befuddling, aggressive sex comedy that just like is tonally all over the place, and it's just one of those things where just like I kind of had to talk about this movie the same way I had to talk about the Mario movie. Just kind of like
I'm checking the rule books. No one ever said here's something had to be positive recommendation.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
You know, you needed to get something out, and you are more of a talker than a writer, perhaps. So Letterboxd was just not going to be the right place for this.
Road signs exist for a reason. It's good to know that like heavy construction is coming up.
I don't know. And I think like, if the people that were present on this record were to watch this movie, they'd be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you guys would come out of it like, I love this is great, Vern's totally wrong. But I do think, you know, there's something in it. Here's something. There's something in it. There are, like, chuckles to be had. There was humor to be found in it, but it's just like, yeah, it's just a confounding wrapper that it's all in. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to talk about it for all those things, but also like I love a big swing, and it's Jennifer Lawrence taking a big weird swing. Mm-hmm. And God bless her for it.
And it, you know, as far as financials go, like, it did kind of pay off. You know, it was kind of like a moderate hit. It was that, you know, comedy movies are not huge hits anymore. But I think as far as that grading curve is concerned, it did very, very well.
But also just like, it was just a fun exercise. Because like, normally when we three go out to the movies, we have our, you know, we have our genres that we play in. And I've not seen a broad studio comedy in a long time, and it was interesting to like revisit that genre of filmmaking and see what's happening there. It was interesting to watch on several levels, including technical. And like, one of the things that I thought was so confounding about this movie, amongst other things, is like the audio mix in this movie, the sound design in this movie is like vacuum sealed. It is so silent unless someone is talking. I don't understand, like, it does not sound... It sounds like video game cutscene audio. Like, it's just...
There's no, like, birds chirping when it's outside.
No clinking of glasses. No traffic. Of chairs.
But if they are... If that stuff's in the mix... If that stuff is in the mix, it is just, like, barely audible. And it's just... And everything sounds ADR'd. Because of how just like vacuum sealed this mix is.
Totally.
And it's just and this is why I kind of feel like it's been ran through Google Translate so much. Just like so much of it doesn't feel like human hands have touched it. and that's so bizarre for such like an intimate comedy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But there's just a lot of I just kept thinking to myself while watching this movie, interesting. And you know, I had the same thing that I had a similar thing that I had to the Mario movie, where just like when the movie was done, when the credits hit, that piece of flesh between my two eyebrows was like hurting because I'd been like furrowing my brow, like trying to think about this movie so much. Just like perpetually in like the think face.
Like you developed a callus
just-
on your knuckles from holding it up against your forehead.
Yes.
You're reacting to this like people react to like Mulholland Drive or Persona. Just like,
It was.
I am
It was a-
confounded.
It was a thing.
You're talking about this movie like it warrants a like red yarn setup. like it needs a conspiracy board.
I'm gonna say this, and you guys are gonna laugh. And I'm not trying to be funny whenever I say this, and I'm also not trying to be mean whenever I say this. I'm not trying to belittle like a very real thing. It runs in my family. My family has like my family has like dementia runs in it. There is a thing with like just people losing their faculties in my family. And I was watching this movie, and I kept just like having this. I had this like thing where I was just like, maybe this is like kind of what folks with dementia feel, because I just like I recognize this, but I can't place this. You know what I mean? Just like I'm watching this entire movie, I'm like, I recognize the movie in here, but I can't place it for what it is, and I'm starting to get frustrated with it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just
the human mind yearns for categorization.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We yearn for labels.
Structures are comforting.
And what No Hard Feelings failed to provide you was labels. Failed to provide you with like how to sort it.
It was just one of those like, yeah, exactly. It was just I was just looking at it. I was just my wheels were and also. Probably just me, because my mother-in-law was laughing. She was that was so funny, but I was just my wheels were spinning to try to put a lot of this into like categories where it's like, okay, we're being broad and aggressive sexually, but this isn't an American Pie. This is, you know what I mean? Just like this isn't like nerds trying to lose their virginity movie. This isn't like a budding romance, like romantic movie. This isn't like a weird buddy cop movie. Like, what is this? And it was just it was a befuddling, confounding experience. But I did the numbers when it was all said and done, and I realized that like even if it was 51%, like majority of my experience, or like maybe it was like, you know, like 33 versus 32 versus I don't know what it was, but like majority was like I enjoyed the highest percentage fell into like I liked it.
This was technically a net positive.
It was technically a net positive, yes.
Congratulations to No Hard Feelings, the entire team
for winning on a technicality.
I enjoyed your movie, I guess, but it's also just like just how they make movies nowadays, and some circles are confounding to me. They're just befuddling to me. That's my something here.
That was something.
No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's great. A lot of very funny, very talented people attached to that movie. Interesting movie. Interesting.
What does it mean?
Interesting.
Congratulations.
Bravo, Vern.